Everybody, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to a very quick CSGO announcement video for all of us to place our thoughts on the brand new CSGO lineup. That's going to be another organization, I guess you could say, or a team outside the CSGO scene taking their first peek inside. That's going to be OG in their brand new lineup, which is going to surprise a lot of you guys out there. Yeah, we had no clue this was coming for the past 2 or 3 months or so. It felt like forever ago with the initial leaks for this roster, now confirmed with a few IGLs and a few other players on top of that. MBK, Valde, alongside the killer himself, Alexi B, Issa, and Mantu from Alt Attacks to be the primary opera to, of course, round out this roster. And with that, I'm sure you guys will not be surprised, Alexi will be the in-game leader. And when I first rail off this roster, we've all known it's coming, but it's great to it finally to be here and officially announce another organization out there outside of the scene has now entered it for peculiar reasons, which I'm sure will be unveiled sometime soon. I am super curious what your guys' thoughts are about this roster because on paper, much like many of the rosters we have seen so far throughout late 2019 after our last major that changed, I would say this roster looks very, very strong. You have 3 former IGLs. It should be a very strat, intellectual, heavy-minded team. Alongside that, though, a few undeveloped pieces, that being Mantu, maybe for Issa, for a lot of you guys out there who might be doubting the talent on this roster. On paper, though, when you guys got people like NBK who are now off the in-game reigns, he's been looking very, very solid. Despite the lack of team chemistry over at Vitality, he still looks so much more improved when he had the IGL off of him, and that will be on Alexi. A guy like Valde can always pop off. To me, the mystery pieces got to be the primary opera on Mantu. I don't know what to expect on his come up, and a guy like Issa as well. They're all very talented players, and when it comes time for a group chemistry, that is what we are all so curious about. 5 players from very different backgrounds now join up on this mystery lineup for their first time together in CSGO, and I think even cooler than that as well, we have 2 brand new organizational / team owners out there. That's going to be Seb and No-Tail from the OG Dota 2 lineup. They're still currently Dota 2 players and have ownership in this CSGO lineup as well, so huge congrats to them. Obviously largely successful, and with that international money, what have they done? They have formed a CSGO roster who can certainly compete, I think it's fair to say, inside the top 15. How much further they go than that is going to rely on chemistry and morale and building this lineup over the next few months at least. It will take time. It always does. Who can they rival, though, is the gigantic question. You know, the new HR lineup, certainly, I think they could rival them. A Mouse Sports, I've heard them comparable to them, and I would say rightfully so. Is this a playoff team? I would say definitely a quarters kind of team, much like Mouse Sports is in some senses. Can they go past that, though? Can they crack the top 10? Can they crack the top 5? These are questions I will not answer because last time I did, all of those teams, they haven't really worked out too well so far. But I think all in all, it's so exciting. All these rumors around these teams. OG have now finally finalized their roster after what seems like such a long time. And on paper, this is certainly, to me, top 15. I would say even borderline a top 10 team in terms of raw talent. Can they progress themselves forward over the next 3 to 4 months in time for the next major? It's going to be a ride. I am super excited to see OG now compete. That means if they do ever make a major, OG stickers onwards and upwards for this lineup. We have teams like Secret. Tricked, by the way, has still been signed. We have no idea who they're going to be playing for. We have teams like Misfits and TSM. We have other teams out there as well who are supposedly going to still be entering CSGO. Who they'll be entering with, I have no idea, but 5 top talented players have now been signed to OG. Best of luck to them. I'll be back here all day long, guys, breaking down esports, CSGO, gaming news. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.